Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third debate for the Student Council presidential election. In today's debate, we will have some questions delivered to both of the candidates from the Google form that we have shared to all of you guys. The questions will be picked from those Google forms, and all of the students will have the chance to answer the question.
Each candidate have 1 minute to answer the question, and after the candidate answer the question, the opposing candidate can reply or give a comment on the candidate's response for 30 seconds. First question. Will you or how will you maintain existing OSIS programs such as AIS Got Talent and Spora along with your own proposed projects? Question for first candidate, please.
For 1 minute.
Your 1 minute starts up.
First of all, we combine with the old programs with the new programs. For example, AIS Got Talent. For today's years, even if AIS Got Talent got dismissed, we can amplify it in Nusantara Cultures Day, where you can express your performance, such as drama or music, in that event.
Okay, so we aim to change from previously AIS Got Talent, which is students can express their music style freely, but we are challenging the students to give performance that has a theme on Indonesia's culture, such as they can bring about Javanese music, they can bring musics from Aceh, or maybe they can perform a drama that the source is from the local folklore. And also, each students can give an equal chance to receive knowledge regarding each of the performances' culture. Thank you.
Candidate number 2, you may respond.
Okay, allow me to respond your answer. So, how do you manage that all those agenda can be finished on the right timing and on the right place and time? Because there will be so many agenda if you combine both of your programs with the previous programs, like for example the AIS Got Talent and your culture programs. How do you manage the timing and the place where the event occurs? Thank you.
You have 30 seconds to reply. Your 30 seconds starts now.
Okay, so by combining the existing events and from our work programs, we took the important essence from each program. For example, from AIS Got Talent, there are plenty of things that happening at the same time. Market day, performance, so that it could be hectic. But by combining the essence of AIS Got Talent, which is the performance, with the cultural theme that was bring about, so that the students can focus, and also the agenda, we can. Oh, thank you.
Candidate number 2, same question. And 1 minute starts now.
Okay, we will implement those previous programs in our current programs, but we will bring modification and we will bring changes to the table, because there's many things that we could improve to better the programs of the previous programs. Like for example, the Spora one, we can add more fields to it, we can add more competition fields to it, we can bring art and academic fields to Spora itself, so that all students have the chance to express themselves.
We also will see the feedbacks from the previous events and improve all the all the things that needs to be improved there, and then
but we will keep the same purpose and goals of the programs, of the previous OSIS programs.
Candidate number two, you have 30 seconds to respond, and your 30 seconds starts.
Okay, so from the previous events that have been implemented in the Al Irsyad, how can you make sure that your way of combining things previously in your work program, that students can see clearly what have you improved? For example, like you said before, that you want to improve from all things. I think that all people should know what do you want to improve and how can you make sure that students can take benefit from it. Thank you.
Candidate number one, sorry, candidate number two, you have 30 seconds to respond.
We obviously want to improve the competition fields, the competition fields, the event fields, so that all students from all groups of people can join and participate in those kind of events. We want to make all students benefited from OSIS programs. To make sure that this happen, we improve the range and variety of competition to be held in those programs.
Before we continue with the questions, I would like to remind candidates that using Indonesian language is allowed in this debate. Question number two for candidate number two. What is your step to make sure every OSIS member can meet the standard of a good example in ICE? Your 1 minute starts now.
so as an OSIS members, especially as the leader and vice leader, we have the responsibility to be a good role model for all the I students. So to make sure that all students will apply the school rules, we as a leader needs to do it first. Then we will apply the school rules strictly to the OSIS members and apply consequences for those that don't follow the school rules.
We will set prime example for all the OSIS student council members to follow. And by doing this, all the student OSIS members can follow our role. We can be their role model and they can follow our guidance and to be a better Muslim and be a better person in the future. And those consequences will be more strict to the student council members so that they can follow the rule more.
Candidate number one, you have 30 seconds to respond, and your 30 seconds starts now.
Apa respon kalian kalau misalnya ada satu kelakuan atau satu tingkah yang kalian lakukan secara tidak sadar dan seketika itu di-remind sama siswa, bukan student council lainnya? Apa respon kalian? Apa kalian akan, ya cara kalian tuh seperti apa?
Okay, candidate number two, you have 30 seconds to respond, and your 30 seconds starts now.
Tentu akan kami dengar dari saran-saran dari semua siswa. Kita akan dengar pemberitahuan dari siswa, dari guru, dan bahkan dari membernya itu sendiri. Karena kita adalah manusia. Kita memiliki kesalahan. Dan yang kita bisa lakukan adalah mendengarkan masukan-masukan yang orang lain berikan kepada kita agar kita bisa menjadi orang yang lebih baik di masa depan. Tentu kita akan dengarkan semua masukan, semua kritik yang masuk untuk kita.
Same question for candidate number one, and your time, your 1 minute starts now.
Okay, so one of our ways to make sure that student councils members meet the standard of school rules is that to strengthening the existing program inside the student council. That is the discipline committee. So our plan is to maximize the effectiveness inside this discipline committee. For example, that we will assign a few members to be the member of the committee discipline as before, but we'll make sure that there are real programs, and there are the programs that run routinely and can be run for a long time, so that the student council's discipline level could be maintained as the school standard for the whole year, for the whole academic year, so that the students can be a role model for the students. And also, by having the student council member to be disciplined to meet the school standards, is that to set a standard for other students too, so that the students can follow the council's.
Okay, so, candidate number 2, 30 seconds to respond, and your time is going to start.
So we don't really get how by improving your programs and improving your events, it will affect the school discipline that we're trying to improve here.
So we want to ask the correlation between the improving of school events and improving the discipline of all the ICE student council members. Thank you.
Candidate number 1, you have 30 seconds to respond, and your time begins now.
Oke, jadi kami percaya bahwa cara untuk meningkatkan kedisiplinan di level sekolah secara keseluruhan adalah dimulai dengan meningkatkan disiplin dari OSIS terlebih dahulu. Jadi, apabila dari anggota OSIS sudah memiliki level disiplin yang terstandarisasi sekolah, dan itu dievaluasi secara rutin sehingga standar itu tidak akan berubah, maka itu akan menjadi acuan di mana para siswa itu dapat menjadikan itu sebagai contoh, menjadikan itu sebagai acuan mereka untuk menjadi lebih baik. Dan juga jika OSIS berada di langkah terdepan, maka student juga pasti akan mengikuti. Terima kasih.
Third question for candidate number 1. What will you do if the work program that you have cannot be implemented? Your 1 minute begins now.
If our program did get implemented, every problem has a reason in it. Every problem has a reason in it. By it, we have to find the reason and evaluate why we cannot amplify the event. And we're sincerely sorry because at first we promised that we're gonna do the event, but eventually it got cancelled.
Okay, and if that program also couldn't happen, as we said before, we will do evaluations. And this evaluation has a meaning that we will make a record of the evaluation that we made, so that for the next events that we will do, student council can actually implement the evaluation that has been recorded, so that the mistakes will never be done again. And if there are new mistakes, then the process will happen again. The evaluation will come, and the existing problem will not happen again. Thank you.
Candidate number 2, you have 30 seconds to respond, and your time starts now.
Bagaimana cara kamu untuk mengetahui masalah apa yang ada di sebelumnya dan cara mengetahui masalah tersebut?
Bagaimana cara kamu untuk mengevaluasi masalah-masalah tersebut dan bagaimana cara kalian menemukan solusi untuk mendapatkan pemecah dari permasalahan-permasalahan tersebut. Terima kasih.
Candidate number 1, you have 30 seconds to respond, and your time begins.
Gimana kita carasannya? Yaitu kita cari dulu melalui guru, melalui siswa, dan juga kita lihat schedule-schedulenya supaya bisa tahu alasannya kenapa ini bisa di-cancel, kenapa ini nggak bisa dilakuin. Seperti itu.
Oke, dan juga ini adalah titik di mana salah satu misi kita dapat menjadi sebuah kegunaan yang signifikan, yaitu dengan mengadakan pertemuan rutin dengan para siswa. Dengan itu, jika setelah event pertemuan rutin ini tetap terjadi, maka OSIS juga bisa di saat yang sama mendapatkan evaluasi terhadap event-event yang sudah berlalu. Terima kasih.
Same question for candidates number 2, and your time starts now.
First of all, we have to diagnose the problems, the main problems of the events not occurring. After we find those main problems, we also have to find the potential problems in the future so that we can do preventive stuff to prevent those problems to be happen.
And then we will find a solution for those problems. We will discuss together and also with the division member division leaders, and even the students' council advisor for some advice.
After finding the solution that we can agree upon, we can implement those solution so that we can still make the events occur in the future of student council. Thank you.
Candidate number 1, you have 30 seconds to respond and your time begins now.
Oke, jadi pada pernyataan Anda tadi, Anda mengatakan bahwa Anda akan berdiskusi dengan anggota OSIS Anda, bukan kepada siswa. Apakah menurut Anda opini siswa itu terhadap performa OSIS tidak penting? Atau apakah dengan evaluasi dari intra-organisasi, solusi itu dapat ditemukan? Apakah inklusi para siswa terhadap evaluasi ini tidak penting? Saya ingin tahu pendapat Anda mengenai hal itu. Terima kasih.
Candidate number 2, you have 30 seconds to respond and your time begins now.
Tentu kami menganggap aspirasi para siswa itu penting. Namun untuk masalah internal seperti bagaimana event ini tidak terjalankan, tentu kita membutuhkan pendapat dari member-member OSIS itu sendiri terlebih dahulu. Setelah kita menemukan solusi-solusi yang bisa disetujui oleh para seluruh member OSIS, lalu kita bisa tanyakan aspirasi dari siswa itu sendiri. Jadi menurut saya keduanya sangat-sangat penting untuk menjalankan event. Namun dari skala prioritas, pendapat OSIS terlebih dahulu yang diperlukan.
First question for candidate number. The question is, I'm sure you both know there were real problems happening right now in Middle East. As a student council president with the highest authority among your friends, do you have a plan to do something about that? Do you have a specific program focused on the genocide happening in our in the country of genocide happening? Thank you. Candidate number 2, you may begin now.
We have those programs where we explain things that happen in the example is OSIS News. In OSIS News, we talk not only about the news in ICE itself, but also all news from all around the world. Like in
How can you get a source of information